Hi everybody, welcome to Feed on 5 and I'll look at the third day's play from Lords in this first Empire Test match of the summer. A high-octane day yesterday. England asking the West Indies to follow on. The West Indies still 186 behind, at 39 for 2 in their second innings. The problem for the West Indian batsmen was a lack of technique, a lack of knowledge in these early season English conditions. That was the problem for one or two of the England players too. Jeffrey Boycott had that technique, knows how to bat on these pitches. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy for the modern player either. They play lots of 4s and 6s in 2020 cricket, and then they come to these conditions, very different. You need the technique, you need to play late, and you need to have good footwork.
We saw yesterday, or indeed the day before, that Paul Collingwood got into serious trouble to a full-length ball. So let's use this as our first example. Paul Collingwood getting stuck on the crease, bat away from the body, no sense of defensive stability in this stroke from Collingwood. So back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, how do we deal with that sort of a ball?
Well, he has a little trigger movement just going back, that's all right, but then you've got to get your foot out towards the pitch of the ball, and instead of playing ahead of your pad, you've got to play late, very close to your pad here.
And you've got that front leg nicely bent and flexed, and you've got some balance and weight over the ball.
Absolutely, and he got ahead of the ball, poking ahead of his pad.
All right, let's move on to Ramnaresh Sarwan. The ball was a little wide of off stump. You've got to know where your off stump is. Sarwan again back a long way from the body, so he has no kind of control there. The ball actually kept a little bit low, but he's reaching and feeling for it. Jeffrey, how do you play a ball like that?
Well, if it's a round off stump, you've really got to know where your off stump is, what to leave or what to play. And if you're going to play it, the key to it is you've got to get your right foot back and across early, so that then you can get up on your toes and your bat is close to your body like this.
Okay, so what you're saying is that he's actually moving his bat before he moves his feet.
If you see he's playing the ball before his right foot gets across, so you can see the big gap between bat and body.
All right, now we move on to Lendl Simmons and the problem you find with bounce and seam movement. We watch Lendl Simmons here. This actually hurried him up. It's quite a difficult ball to play. It's an excellent catch by Andrews Giles. I had a bit of sympathy for him, but truth be told, you don't really have anywhere near it.
No, well, if it gets this high, it's very difficult to keep the ball down. Look, once it gets chest high or above, how can you get over it and keep it down? So really, your first instinct is to go back and across and get up there, and as it gets big, drop your hands. Let it go past your face.
Right, 3 good examples. Now, just very quickly, these conditions, will the sunshine help the batsman?
Yes, it will, but quite frankly, I don't think the West Indians are very good players of the swinging, seaming ball. I don't see it. So I'm not holding out too much hope that they'll play very well, although it's quite a nice pitch if you've got the technique, the footwork, and the judgment of length is so important in these conditions.
By the sound of him, then there'll be golf for Mr. Boycott tomorrow, not cricket technique.
We've had an hour's delay this morning, heavy rain when we arrived at 9 o'clock. The ground staff have done a great job, and the pitch is now perfect and ready for play. It's 12 o'clock, and Stuart Broad to bowl the first ball to Lendl Simmons. That's not where he wants to bowl it. Simmons will knock those away all day down the leg side, clipping that for a neat boundary. Broad needs to just get his line over a bit and test the vulnerability outside off stump.
There is a problem with Simmons, is that he sets himself to hit through the leg side quite often, even from deliveries that are off stump. That one was the ideal line for him to penetrate that leg side field.
That's the perfect line from Broad, and the length as well. So he probably should have tried to get forward for that, but he's predominantly a back foot player.
The short ball is going to come at some point with a deep square leg and a forward square.
There it is. In fact, played it pretty well too. He does have a rather strange technique with the hook shot, sort of duck hook, but he kept it down and wide of the fielder. He's looking to try and swing it away from the right hand with those 4 slips and a close-ish point in occupation, but that's a good shot from Simmons, just a fraction short by Anderson. The right line, just allowing him to get onto the back foot and punch it through the covers.
It's good test match batting. It's had to be a patient knock this morning with the ball moving about. And Simmons just waiting until the length was short enough, still trailing by 167. It's about batting time today for the West Indies. Still a lot of time left in the test match, 2 days after today, so there's no hurry.
Very Underwood there, the new president of the MCC. He was one man who took 5 for an innings at Lord's early in his career. On the honours board in the home dressing room. Pull. Solidly hit way in front of square by Devon Smith. He saw that really early. Long chase for 2 fielders in vain. Nicely played by Simmons. Straying onto about middle of the leg, Anderson there. Beautifully whipped away.
Yeah, pretty solid start by the West Indies this morning. United 29 in just about half an hour's play and relatively untroubled.
You gotta get out there on the front there.
Compact batting by Smith and Glenville Simmons. Yeah, this is good batting here from the West Indies. I know it's only a small period of time, but what they've done this morning is that they've forced England's bowlers to bowl at them. They've left deliveries that are away from the stumps, and that's the sort of technique that needs to be applied in these conditions by Smith and Simmons.
Oh, whoa, and look how close Simmons is to the stumps. I've seen that happen a few times, and people just take their eye off the ball and lose their balance and tumble back onto the wicket. Onion's first ball has a bit of venom in it. I wonder, just wonder. Steve Davis wondered, but that's all he did. Glenville Simmons does get a long way to off stump, and even sometimes outside the line of off stump. He doesn't aim right across the line. I think he's hit that one. Oh, I think it has. I think it's a super take by Alistair Cook. He really had to get forward quickly and low. England break through.
Well, another poor shot, if you're honest. Glenville Simmons has played really well. Left the ball well outside off stump. And then he gets the ball short of the length and he just works it to the man behind square. It is a neat catch, but you ask yourself, if you were walking back after that ball, should I really have got out to that? And the answer is no. But he's gone. At 21, and England has got 73. Unusual way of marking guard for Chinnarai Chanderpaul, who got the first baller, Graham Swan, just to spin a bit. It was actually an indifferent stroke from Chanderpaul, truth be told.
I knew that was coming.
Like Collingwood, he is the man in terms of being able to dig in and resist for long periods. He's glued West Indies innings together for a decade now. England get him and they'll feel they can get the match quick smart. 3 slips in the gully. There's a leg gully as well, an unusual position set by Andrew Strauss. It's most unusual stance too now on view for Chanderpaul. 2-eyed stance. Here's Onions. Now here's sharp thinking by Andrew Strauss. He's got Graham Swan into the attack at the 2 left-handers straight away. He's got Devon Smith with the first ball of his second spell in the first innings.
He pushes here. As he pushes.
And Smith clearly uncertain, wanting to get at Swan and make a mark.
Yeah.
This might be a tight little contest.
He pushes.
Chanderpaul's away. It's a poor ball from Graham Swan. He knew that he had a man on a pair and nervous, and let him off the hook. In fairness to Swan, hasn't been like him. His discipline's been good. Yeah, good footwork. Sees it quickly that it's short, gets away from it, gives himself time. In fact, he got too hard. That's normal.
Gotta go. Yeah.